One of the things that I really loved about Oklahoma City that I was kind of sad when moving back was, their food. Because they've got a lot of great places, not chain franchises, and now we're getting a lot of that. Yeah. So it's really nice, yeah. But I did miss that a lot. In the darkness, I can shine that light. Hoping you can find me here, out beyond the distance.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Tulsa Tempo podcast, where we celebrate Tulsa's music, stories, and soul one beat at a time. I'm your hostess, Amy Elizabeth, and I'm thrilled to have you here. We're coming to you from the beautiful Blue Couch Studio, right here on Studio Row, just across the street from the legendary Church Studio in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Each week, we shine a spotlight on the voices, stories, and songs shaping Tulsa's soundtrack, starting with today's guest, Ryan McLaughlin. Thank you for being on the show.
Amy, thank you for having me.
We really appreciate you coming on the Tulsa Tempo podcast. I know that we had you scheduled once, and then we had a life event, not you, us. So.
There was someone way more important than me that you guys had to talk to and interview, and totally fine.
I think that he came into this world. Our producer had a baby, and so,
okay.
It was
that thing too.
It was it was Austin's time to shine. So. But I'm really glad that we got to hook this up today.
Yeah.
So how was your set over at the church?
It was good. It was really good. This is the second time that I've played there. Really, really love the church studio. It's iconic, obviously. Yeah. A little hot outside today, but so I was sweating a little bit, but all was good.
But you had good shade, and you had a really nice crowd over there, and Denver's over on sound, so you sounded good.
It was beautiful.
So that's great. So tell me about so I have that you did an album back in 2016 called Foolish Kids.
Yeah.
John Coggins was your producer over at Soundwall Studios out in VA.
Yeah.
And we were talking earlier before the show, and you said that your producer has since gone on to California to do his thing.
Yeah.
So how was that? I mean, that's been a minute, since you made that record. So
yeah.
How was it? What was the process in doing that? And are you kind of itching to do another one again, since you're playing out more?
For sure. Yeah, I probably recorded that in 2014, I think, and then I put it out in 2016. It was an amazing process. Just my first time to be in the studio, and he made it really comfortable for me. And he was a fantastic producer, still is. And I got to record 12 songs for that album.
Nice.
Something I'm really proud of. I was really trying to look for somebody that could do something special for me. And you hear all the time, people who put out stuff that it's just subpar. Mm-hmm. And so, but this is really a piece that I can be proud of, and definitely itching to get back in the studio, especially being at the church studio. Mm-hmm. I'm eyeballing that for my next single. So
nice. Do you have your single ready to go?
I do.
Yeah. Which one was it? Did you play it?
Reaching Out. Yeah.
And you did play that one today. That was the first one that you played.
Yeah.
So I wrote down several lyrics to that song because it was so pretty. I like, despite all the sadness, I still see us, and my love plus yours. I mean, it was beautifully done, and we're going to listen to a little bit of that today. I think you'll really enjoy that.
Appreciate it.
Very well done, very well written, and I really liked it. It was great.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing that with us. I can't wait for it to drop. That would be better.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
And the second song you did was called Wonderlust, and that's another one that has just like these lyrics that just rock your world, man.
Well, thank you.
So tell me about that one. How'd that one come to be?
I kind of wanted to paint a picture per se of just, I write a lot about love and then, just sadness and all the different things that go into that. Mm-hmm. But Wonderlust is really about just like, just focusing on an established relationship and just something that's really special, and putting out, kind of imagery of, a painting of, I talk about the undertow that pulls you in.
Yes.
I talk about Wonderlust, of course, is the song, and it's about kind of like that aspect of it is just, you're someone that I want to explore, like just who you are and our relationship and those kind of things. So I just really wanted to put a lot of kind of imagery and things out there in that song.
You did it.
Thank you.
You did it because it was really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was. I didn't want to stop. I didn't want to do any. I was barely even taking notes when you were doing it because I'm like, I really like this and I didn't want to miss anything.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
It was that good.
Thank
so,
you.
Is that another one that's going to be on your?
It'll
new
be
music?
it'll be on my next EP for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Do you have a place where you're going to record your new EP yet?
So I'm just
maybe at the church.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking around, and honestly, it looks like a very viable option. So
Awesome.
for sure, yeah.
Well, they have it's the best of the best.
Yeah.
So, all right, so we're going to listen to a little bit of Wonderlust, and I would encourage you to really listen to these lyrics because not only is the melody beautiful, the lyrics are pretty deep, and I think y'all will get something from it. So I hope you enjoy it.
You're my Wonderlust. Honey, you're my painted love. Yeah, you're my only one. You're my undertow. Promise you I'll never change my mind.
That was Wonderlust, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's a really beautiful song, and you can look forward to that on Ryan's upcoming releases. The next song that you did was called Love Like You, and that was off your Foolish Kid album that was released in 2016.
Yeah.
So tell me about that song. How did that come to be?
Some of those older songs, as far as, the story tied behind it and all of that, it's fading a little bit. I would say a lot of those, there's a little bit of truth, a little bit of real life situations that happen, but also, a lot of like just making up just stories that I want to tell, and that one, it was really just kind of leaning into, I feel like I just talk about love in different ways, and I do it, it's very mushy and all that stuff, but it just, I don't know, I just wanted to express it in a different way. And it's kind of a story about, just something falling apart, but also there's something that's really tangible there. And so, yeah.
That's great. That's so cool. So, and you were younger, this album was almost 10 years old.
Yeah.
So, you're a young man and you were in your 20s, when you wrote that. So that's pretty cool. That's a pretty deep song for a 20-something guy.
Yeah, for sure.
So rock
for
on.
Sure. Yeah.
100 miles from the surface, take the back streets on purpose to get lost. Your face, it shines like the city. I never dreamt you'd be with me. In my mind, in my mind. It was a place in December. We walked that path, you remember. I wondered why. Before my eyes they could give in to winter's blood, it was spilled in. We fell in time to love like you. Opens me wide until there's nothing left to hide. I try to give in to reasons, change every day just like seasons. I feel so blind, like pain was my biggest virtue. I had no reason to hurt you. I just wish I had told you to love like you opens me wide until there's nothing left to hide. To love like you opens me wide until there's nothing left to hide. To love like you opens me wide, oh, until there's nothing left to hide. To love like you opens me wide until there's nothing left to hide.
The next one that you did was called "Little
Thank
Bit
you.
of Something," and I like that. I like that little groove that you had going on
thank
that.
you.
So, how did that one come to be? Tell me about that.
Just another one
Just
of those.
another
that's-
one, huh?
I mean, honestly, it's just, just trying to explore different stories that, I mean, they're a similar tone, obviously, but just trying to explore different stories, and imagery is, again, one of those things that I really like to add. And with that one, on the chorus, talks about falling, but not being able to fly, like, like kind of like a baby bird does, right? But in the aspect of, falling for someone. So, and it not, being
Taking off.
exactly, yeah. So, yeah.
If I place what I have in your heart, believing be enough, would you pull me closer to your side? It was the first time you felt just a little bit of something, baby, and I fell, believing I'd fly. I found a reason to give you just enough of what you wanted, baby, to find you were willing to try. Honey, tell me what you need. Oh, they've been talking, we've been walking so far apart. Oh, if I could turn the seasons and show you ways to love with reason, we fall so hard. It was the first time you felt just a little bit of something, baby, and I fell, believing I'd fly. I found a reason to give you just enough of what you wanted, baby, to find you were willing to try. To love and be loved. To love and be loved.
So, who are some of your musical influences?
Yeah.
Like
so,
growing up and currently?
yeah, everybody always says the old school, you got your Tom Petty, you got your Beatles, you got, all the different things, right? And I love those guys. I love all the old stuff, but I really leaned into the newer stuff, the stuff that was more, my time. And so I would probably say that some of my biggest influences, today are, Ryan Adams, David Ramirez, and Dan Layus from Augustana.
Nice.
So,
Nice. Those are some
yeah.
pretty good influences.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Ryan Adams. I really like
Oh,
him a lot.
me too. He's incredible.
So do you have any favorite local artists that you tend to go out and see on a regular?
I don't. I've got a little 4-year-old
Yeah.
daughter, so it's a little bit harder
tough,
to,
yeah.
starting to venture out and play more again and all of that. But I don't think I have any favorites. But definitely, I love the scene here, and there's just so many good musicians.
Oh God, yeah.
So really, anywhere you go, you're gonna hear some good stuff.
Every night of the week.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
talk about that a lot. It's like you can't go, I mean, on a Monday night at 6
Yeah.
o'clock, it's like, okay, well, so-and-so's doing happy hour, so let's go hit that. And
Right.
it can be like one of the best nights of your life.
Yeah, yeah.
Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock at the fair,
Right.
so-and-so's playing, and that's probably going to be one of the best shows you've ever seen. You know,
Yeah.
it's just, for me, every time I go out, it's always like one of the best shows I've ever seen. You
Yeah.
know? It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
last Friday at the VFW, Brian Horton, with Horton Records, he does the
Yeah.
the Friday hang over at the VFW 577 in Tulsa, and he had Freak Juice on there, which is Tori Ruffin, and his band. And I've seen Tori play multiple times. I've known him for quite some time, and that show, there was a very small and intimate crowd because it's a smaller and more intimate venue than what he's used to. He plays with time,
Yeah.
so he tours all over the world. But he played that show like we were the only people in the building, and that was the biggest show of his life. He put so much heart into that.
Yeah.
I swear, people, if we could have floated out of the venue, we probably could have.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Tulsa music just invokes. Anytime you go see them, everybody just puts all that,
Yeah.
all of them into every single show, no
Right.
matter how big the crowd. You
Yeah.
can play for 5 people or 500 people, and they
Yeah.
still do it right. When you play out, do you see that in your audience as well? That kind of reception, and do you get that vibe? Where you just kind of want to almost like step it up to like a next level. Just because you're playing in Tulsa. Does it feel that way to you?
Yeah, sometimes I do. I would say I do a little bit of both. Sometimes a little bit of something. No, I kind of go back and forth. I think it depends on the crowd and like you said, like what they're feeling. But like sometimes that gives me kind of that fire to really take it up a notch, and belt it out and do those things. And then other times, if it's a more intimate scene, I'm like, okay, maybe I
Let's
can do
keep
this
it
a little
that way.
softer,
Yeah.
and it has its just different. It does well with different dynamics, depending on what your audience is. So
Yeah, that's great. Do you have a pretty decent fan base? Because I know you have a website. I know you have a Facebook
Yeah,
page. I mean, you're on all the socials.
I like to think I do.
Yeah, I mean, you have some decent followers.
Yeah,
So are
for
they
sure.
still, they're still active and still supportive of everything that you do?
Yeah, for sure.
That's great.
Yeah,
Yeah. So are you originally from Tulsa?
I am.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what part of town? Tell me you're from your babyhood.
Yeah. So I was born, and I was.
You were born.
Yeah, I'll tell you about that story real quick. No, I'm kidding. Just kidding. So I have jokes, I guess. I grew up south of Tulsa. Went to high school in Liberty Mounds. I don't even know. It's south of Bixby and Glenpool. Went there. It's like a podunk school, and then I went to Oklahoma State for college.
Okay.
And then I moved out to Oklahoma City for a little bit, and then I moved back to the Tulsa area.
Nice. Did you like down in OKC?
Yeah,
Because that's got a pretty cool scene down there. It's different, than Tulsa.
It
But
is.
it's vibrant.
yeah, they've got a good music scene. It's all spread out. But one of the things that I really loved about Oklahoma City that I was kind of sad when moving back was, their food. Because they've got a lot of great places, not chain franchises, and now we're getting a lot of that.
Yeah.
So it's really nice,
Yeah.
but I did miss that a lot.
Aw. So maybe you're like a guitar player, singer, songwriter, and foodie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I love food.
Maybe that can be the name of your new album, Foodie.
I think it's my new album is guitar player, singer, songwriter, foodie.
Yeah.
I think the whole
I dig
thing.
it. You heard it here first, y'all. That's great. Tell me about one or more, if you have any, of your career highlights?
Yeah, so I was actually fortunate enough to open up for Tyler Ramsey, and he was the previous lead guitarist for Band of Horses.
Oh my God.
So
How cool is
that was a
that?
cool show. Yeah, that was really
How did you
cool.
get that gig?
Just a random thing. It was actually at the Vanguard.
Uh-huh.
And
Great stage.
Yeah, I know those guys well over there, and they got me in, and it was awesome. And I got to hang out with them in the back, and we had some good discussion. So.
Oh, how cool. What did y'all talk about? Do tell.
I mean, music, life, all the things. So,
Yeah, that's great
yeah.
because Band of Horses, I like that band a lot. Laredo was the first song that I ever heard by them and reeled me right in.
Yeah.
They're great.
Yeah.
So was he touring by himself, or what was the deal with that?
Yeah, so he's been doing a solo act,
Mm-hmm.
and so I think that was his initial solo album release. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And you got to open for him in
I
Tulsa.
did, yeah.
Did you just do Tulsa, or did you do multiple dates with him?
No, I just did Tulsa. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So are you guys still in touch with each other?
We're
or-
best friends.
For real?
Yeah, you can reach out to him and ask him.
Okay, I will.
Hey, we're not in touch, no.
Because I want to know him. So if you got an in, I'm in.
No, he probably wouldn't know who I was if
Aw.
I contacted him.
No, I bet he would. Maybe you could ask him to be on your new record.
I think I will. Yeah.
I think that's it. And now you have this, so we'll send it to him and
It-
be like, look, man, we talked about you. You got to do this.
Yeah, it's a must. It's gonna happen.
Okay, good. We are manifesting that today on the Tulsa Tempo podcast, y'all. So, well, tell us where we can find you. I know we talked a little bit about your social media, but break it down for us. Tell us where we can find your music and follow
Yeah.
you, and just kind of keep up with everything, because I'm gonna, because I want to hear the new album.
Yeah.
And I want to come out and see you play live.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm on Spotify. I'm on pretty much all the streaming services. You can find me on Instagram, Ryan McLaughlin Music. Same thing on Facebook, Ryan McLaughlin Music. And then you can go to ryanmclaughlinmusic.com. It's got all my stuff on there. And
Fancy
then,
website.
Yeah, and then that'll have that has all my live shows that I'm doing as well. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for taking your time today to come on the show. We really appreciate having you as our guest. You were awesome today over at the church, and I appreciate your time over here today with us as well.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me.
And I'm really looking forward to your future endeavors, because I think I always say it, lightning in a bottle, y'all. This is going to be some good stuff. So, and thank you, Tulsa, for joining us today. We really appreciate all your love and support. So, and we will see you next time. Thank you.